Well, there'll be more than presidential candidates on the ballot in 2020. Voters will have to decide who will represent them in Congress as well.
Assuming he wins the Republican primary in Iowa's 4th congressional district, incumbent Steve King will face some stiff competition from Democrat J.D. Scholten this November.
KIMT News 3's Nick Kruzelnicki was at Scholten's town hall visit this evening and joins us live. Nick.
George and Katie, I'm in Latimer right now. It's a town of about 500 people, just about 40 minutes south of Mason City. Now, J.D. Scholten has been focusing on these rural towns to try and get voters to vote for him here in this district.
My grandson here has played catch with him.
Former pro baseball player J.D. Scholten is making a pitch to small towns in rural Iowa. His Don't Forget About Us tour has been rolling into towns with populations of less than 1,000 people.
One of the best things is just hearing a lot of stories from people on the ground, and it's a lot of stories that don't necessarily make the national headlines. And we have about 5 communities right now that are fighting to keep their grocery stores alive, and that doesn't get talked about enough.
Tonight he was hearing concerns from residents in Latimer. Carol Miller is worried about the growing gap between the haves and the have-nots.
I think corporations should not be escaping paying taxes. I think that is extremely important that everybody pays their fair share. I'm for paying taxes.
Miller says Representative Steve King has not been looking out for people in the 4th District, and that's why she is going to bat for J.D. Scholten.
I think he has very high standards, and he would be an excellent person to represent us and not make us feel embarrassed.
Scholten says rural Iowans have been telling him health care is a big issue for them. He stands behind any system which will allow coverage for everyone in the country.
Almost every gas station has a donation box for someone who just got sick or someone who just got in the hospital. The amount of GoFundMe sites, the amount of pancake breakfasts, we're too good of a nation to rely on charity to pay for our medical expenses.
I also asked Scholten about his thoughts on the impeachment trial that's ramping up here in the Senate, and he tells me Iowans have much more important things to worry about, like making a living wage and paying your bills, than to worry about some trial that's happening 1,000 miles away in Washington, D.C. Live in Latimer, Nick Kruzelnicki, KIMT News 3.
Thank you, Nick. Scholten's Don't Forget About Us tour will make stops in all 39 counties in the 4th congressional district.
We track storms to alert you first. This is KIMT Storm Team 3, weather coverage you can count on.
KIMT